What's happening, boxing fans? It is Dr. Bring It. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you had a great hump day yesterday. What is hump day? That's Wednesday. Wednesday's hump day because you got through the hump of the week, right? For those who are not familiar with that term. But anyway, it is outright fall here, the autumn time. As you notice with the beginning of this video, I included some clips of some of the trees blowing. There was actually a nor'easter last night. A nor'easter is a northeastern storm system that rips through the entire area. There was a lot of down trees, down branches, and as you can see, it's very windy still right now. Just wanted to share that with you just to give you some context and as to why I'm wearing a big old coat right now, because it's kind of nippy right now. You could probably hear the wind going on. But anyway, so what's going on in the boxing world right now? It's actually been a week since I posted something. So I'm going to talk about a bunch of things in this video because there's a lot going on. First and foremost, Errol Spence Jr. You've probably already read in the news or saw in the news that he flipped his Ferrari a whole bunch of times, ejected himself out of the car. This happened, of course, at 3 a.m. I think in his hometown, at least his home state in Texas. What do you guys feel about this? First of all, I'm happy that he's still with us, that he didn't die, because I've heard so many stories of people ejecting themselves from the car, breaking many, many bones, or even dying, okay? So I'm happy that he's still alive. Secondly, I have to scratch my head and wonder, what the heck was he doing driving without a seatbelt at 3 a.m.? And you heard that saying, nothing good happens after 2 a.m. So if I was his father or his parent, I would be kicking his butt right after he got out of the hospital, first of all. Because my first question was, were you drunk? Hey, look, I didn't want to be judgmental in any way, but were you drunk? Well, it turns out that he's being charged for DWI. So I guess he was drunk. So here's my next question and my next thought. You are Errol Spence Jr., sitting on top of the boxing world, the king of the welterweights, the boogeyman. And what are you going to do? You're going to piss it all away, drinking and being careless. How freaking crazy is that? What a waste. How crazy would I be if I were your wife and kids? Living carelessly like that, just throwing it all away. I don't know, am I just being a parent? Am I just being an old man? Yes, I did foolish things when I was a kid as well. But damn, the king of the welterweights right now, and then just like almost ended everything, threw everything away. It just boggles my mind how careless and how dumb people are when they have everything already. It just breaks my heart to see. That's just me being honest. Secondly, if I were a welterweight out there, I would not want to fight Errol Spence Jr. anymore. Why? Because he can't even beat himself. Anyway, those are my thoughts about Errol Spence Jr. But speaking of tragedies, Patrick Day fought Charles Conwell this past weekend and was apparently knocked out in the 10th round and couldn't get up. They actually had to lift him up with a stretcher and carried him off and went straight to the hospital. Well, anyway, he suffered brain hemorrhaging, which means that there was blood going into his skull, bleeding, and he couldn't recover from it. Went into a coma, and then I would assume that he went into life support, and he didn't make it. Tragic, tragic news. Because, of course, if I was his parents, having to bury him now, an athlete, my child who I look up to for, overcoming adversity in life. And I heard that he actually didn't have to be a boxer, that he chose to be a boxer because he just loved the sport and had a passion for it and found himself to be great at what he did. And then to suffer this way and not make it is just an absolute tragedy. And my heart goes out to his family. My heart goes out to Charles Conwell for having to live with this memory for the rest of his life and his career. But don't be so hard on yourself, Charles Conwell. We actually don't know Patrick Day's condition going into the fight. We have to remember that brain injury he could have actually had the beginnings of brain injury going into the fight already. And you couple that with a really bad, knockout, the injury already could have been there. So I hope that Charles Conwell will recover from this, psychologically, and not take it so hard, because that is what the sport is. People, boxing is a brutal, brutal, slow drip torture. That's why they do their job at the expense of their health long term. Which is why we don't want to see fighters go out there fighting in their 40s and 50s. But that's what they do. They love the sport that much. That's what they know what to do. That's what they're great at. So my hat's off to them. My heart goes out to all the family members who have been affected by Patrick Day's death. And I hope the boxing world will take this and learn from it. From a medical standpoint, and let's learn from it. Let's talk about Terence Crawford Jr. He's going to be fighting, again, let's not go crazy with this guy's name right now. His name is Egidijus Kavaliauskus-Mayweather for short. Just when I thought that Derevianchenko was a tough name to actually say, Egidijus Kavaliauskus. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking butchering this name. So, Terence Crawford himself already admitted that Kava is a very dangerous fighter, that it's not going to be easy. He had just came off of a loss, or actually a draw. Kavaliauskus just came off of a draw against a fighter named Robinson. Now, Robinson is a slick boxer, got some good, foot movement, knows how to work the ring. A lot of people believe that he had exposed Kavaliauskus because they went 12 rounds. And of course, Kavaliauskus, he's a beast. He's a really good, strong fighter, has knockout power that you wouldn't believe. Very high knockout rate. And people thought that that Robinson had exposed him. So guess what Terence Crawford is going to do? He's going to work the ring. You're going to see a lot of foot movement in this fight. He's not going to give Kavaliauskus the chance to really get his timing down. I think Terence Crawford is skilled enough and smart enough to be able to keep Kava like on his toes, always chasing him. Because Terence Crawford has the lungs to be able to do it. He has the cardio. He's got the stamina to be able to do it. I believe he's got a really good chin as well. I've seen him take some shots as well. Now, has he taken a shot from someone like Kavaliauskus? Maybe not. But I think he's going to go in there respecting Kavaliauskus enough that he's not going to sit down in the middle of the ring and try to bang with him. He's not going to do that. That wouldn't be smart. Now, does Kavaliauskus have that one punch knockout power? Maybe. I definitely know that he has the power to be able to have that one punch to the body that'll really hurt the fighter. But does he have that one punch knockout that like cripples people and like Mike Tyson knockout punch, one punch? I don't think so. But one thing that people don't see of Kavaliauskus is his ability to counterpunch. He is deceivingly flat-footed. What do I mean by that? He looks flat-footed, but he actually is very fast on the feet, right? So he can jump back and hit. He can jump back, throw that check hook very, very powerfully. He's got a stiff jab, be able to like stick it like really strong out there. But against a Terence Crawford, I don't think it's going to work so much. I don't think he's going to be able to knock out Terence Crawford unless, of course, he's really that deceiving. He's going to have to trick Terence Crawford and lure him in and trap him and throw a sneaky left hook to the body or check hook and just and pound him like on the ropes. That's what he's going to have to do in order to beat Terence Crawford, but I honestly don't think that's going to happen. I'm not a huge Terence Crawford fan, but I recognize the boy has skills, man. The guy can switch to southpaw and be convincing. I've seen, I think, a fight against Kavaliauskus. I forgot the fighter who did that against Kavaliauskus, switched to southpaw, and he actually got caught. He got punished for it. It didn't work out to him. So, of course, Crawford's going to come out. He's going to try to fight, Kavaliauskus southpaw first, get a feel for him because that's just what he does. I think he's going to do pretty well because Bud Crawford, he's a good counterpuncher. We saw his counterpunching ability against Amir Khan. Amir Khan being lightning fast. Yes, he's got a glass jaw, but he showed some boxing skill against Amir Khan. Amir Khan's not a slouch. He's a good boxer. So Bud Crawford definitely has the skills, and I'm really interested to see how he's going to fight a very strong Kavaliauskus. But my gut feeling is that Terence Crawford is going to come out as the victor. He's not going to be able to knock out Kavaliauskus because Kavaliauskus, Lithuanian beast, man. This he's really, really like a beast, okay? Can he knock him out? Yeah, if he boxes him, if he bangs him to the body, tests his body and everything. But Bud Crawford, I think, is just a superior boxer. He's got better skill. So he really should come out of it, and I think he's going to get the decision. So what does that leave us now? So it looks like Mayweather is stopping the talks of this exhibition fight in China and is bringing all attention now to a possible May-Pac number 2. Are we really going here or what? Like, is he going to go into a fight with Manny Pacquiao cold? Is he going to fight without taking a tune-up fight? And if he does do a tune-up fight, who would he possibly fight? What southpaw would he fight out there that can prepare him for the likes of a Manny Pacquiao? I don't know. Still, my opinion stands about this fight. I honestly don't want to see it. This is a very indulgent fight for the both of them because they just want to get paid. So I'm a little bit insulted. Like, yeah, I know like a lot of Filipinos out there, a lot of Manny Pacquiao fans out there want to see it because they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to see Pacquiao's going to just, piss on, Mayweather. I think we're just like setting ourselves up for another disappointment. People, they are just playing us. The hype and the talk about the fight will be more fun. And then when we get to the actual fight, it's not going to be the fight that everyone wants to see. Again, I've said it so many times before. Mayweather is just going to pot shot, clinch, backpedal, win on jabs, and then we're just going to be frustrated because after round 1, round 2, round 3 of the same thing, that's just what's going to happen, people, because that's how Mayweather fights. The reason why there's no blueprint to beat Mayweather is because his blueprint is just pot-shotting jabs and then lead rights. He's got his pull counter. We know his game. People cannot beat him at his game. I mean, again, like debatably, people say that Manny Pacquiao had won the first match. It was close. It was close enough that if Manny Pacquiao got the decision, a lot of Mayweather fans would have been like, that's BS. He clearly lost it. But obviously it went to Mayweather. But debatably, everyone's saying like, no, Manny Pacquiao won. So again, yes, we kind of deserve a rematch as fans. But damn, this was like 4 years ago. This should have happened like 3 months later or 4 months later. We're at 4 years later. Manny Pacquiao is an old fighter. And Mayweather is an older fighter. So please, people, let's like stop really talking about it. Let's not boost this up because the more we boost it up, the more that we want to see it. Or like, boxing fans, if everyone keeps saying like, oh, let's see it, like it might as well be an exhibition. Honestly, people, it's not going to be the fight that we want to see. We're going to be disappointed again because the styles don't match up. The styles don't match up. Mayweather has too much respect in the ring for Manny Pacquiao not to expose himself. He's not going to expose himself. But that's what we want to do. We want to see a fight like what Thurman brought to Manny Pacquiao. But guess what? Mayweather's not like Thurman. He's a different fighter. We want to see a fight? Let's see Mayweather fight Thurman. I would love to see that fight. Then when we see Mayweather take care of Thurman convincingly and beat him up as bad as Manny Pacquiao beat up Thurman, then would that be a very interesting fight then? Yeah, that would be a great tune-up fight. If Mayweather comes out and disposes of Thurman convincingly, bring on Pacquiao. May-Pac 2, let's make it happen. But other than that, to just go into a fight just to get a payday, come on, please. You're insulting the boxing fans out there, including you, Manny Pacquiao. I'm a big fan, Manny Pacquiao. I would love to see you fight the best of the best, but to take on Mayweather, come on. That's indulgent. That's indulgent. So that's it for this episode. I know it was a lot, but I feel like I had to catch up a lot in the last week. But if you haven't subscribed already, please smash that subscribe button. Is that what people are saying? Please hit that subscribe button. Please like the video. Share the video with other boxing enthusiasts out there. And in the meantime, we'll talk to you soon.